The history of the Jewish community in Wales is one of the most fascinating and distinct cultural facets of Welsh immigration history that reflects the multicultural side of Wales and the impact of immigration on Welsh culture. Today, I will be exploring this unique history by visiting sites and talking about the Jewish heritage of Wales. But first, a bit of history. Growing up, I knew two worlds. The one inside the house, which was rooted in Jewish culture, and the one outside, which celebrated Welsh identity. I always wanted to know if there was a link between these worlds and discovered a chapter of Welsh Jewish history that is not generally well known or talked about. To find out more, I began to research the history of the Jewish Welsh.
We don't know if there was a community here in the Middle Ages. All the Jews were expelled from England and probably Wales in 1290.
The following decision was made by Edward I on the demand of Parliament, based on religious discrimination and economic grounds. Jews in England and Wales were forced to either convert to Christianity or face brutal execution. The ruling led to an absence of Jewish presence in Britain that would last nearly 300 years and wouldn't recover until the late 19th century.
From about 1870 to the outbreak of the First World War, very many Jews left Eastern Europe. Biggest Jewish communities in those days were in Poland, what's now Lithuania, Belarus and Western Russia. They had poor economic conditions, they were subject to frequent attacks.
In the 19th century, many Jews decided to leave their homelands for countries that were experiencing the Industrial Revolution, with the most prominent being Wales, with the rise of its coal industry. As these migrants arrived in Wales, they found that the attitude towards Jews was different to other parts of Britain.
And they came from countries where anti-Semitism was almost official policy. So to come to a country where, for a start, that wasn't the case, and they felt comfortable, felt able to make homes.
Jewish people soon began to integrate into Welsh communities, with many opening shops and providing domestic retail, forming an important presence in everyday life. As the number of practicing Jews grew, the need for designated places of worship increased. This led to the construction of synagogues, the majority being located in South Wales and the grandest built in Cardiff on Cathedral Road. The oldest synagogue in Wales is located in Merthyr Tydfil, which is one of Britain's most unique synagogues due to its Gothic building style. Currently, it is undergoing major renovations by the Foundation of Jewish Heritage.
So you can see from here how difficult the terrain is because we're right against a hill, so the building gets bigger as you go up. So we're presently on the top floor here, but this entire space will be opened up.
Built in 1877, the former Merthyr Tydfil synagogue was once at the heart of a thriving Jewish community in Merthyr Tydfil. Now, the building is being transformed into a cultural centre dedicated to Jewish Welsh history.
What we want to do is to look at some personal stories of people within the local Merthyr community and use that as a bit of a springboard into some of those bigger themes. And some of those themes are about migration and social cohesion and tolerance, acceptance. So they're very relevant themes to what's going on in the world now.
The future of the Jewish community in Wales is uncertain, with a declining number of members and ageing congregations. However, there is a revived interest in the history of the Jewish Welsh community, and efforts are underway to preserve this unique and fascinating piece of Welsh cultural history.